Open your book to page 364. Today's lesson is learn how to solve the word problems by using the factoring technique. So let's go to example 1. So again, when you have the word problem, first you need to go and read through to get an idea what you're dealing with. So let's go and read through. It says the difference of two numbers is 3. Their product is 10. What are two numbers? So read it through, so get a rough idea. So now you always have to, when you have word problem, you need to set up your variables. Okay? So what you need to do is you're going to let x equal to your first number. Okay? And it says the difference of two numbers is 3. So two numbers are off by 3. So that means your second number would be x plus 3. You can use x minus 3 also, but I like the plus. I don't like to work with minus. Okay, easy to make mistakes. So this would be your second number. Okay, so again, so the difference of two numbers is 3, right? So that's how you set it up. Okay, so now let's go and read the next sentence. It says their product. Product means multiplying, right? So that means the first times the second, right? Their product. So first times second, that's what the product means. So their product means equal 10. And what are the two numbers? So you're looking for two numbers. So now you have to apply the technique you learned from the previous lesson from last week Friday. Okay? So this is factor already, but it's no good because it's not equal to 0. Right? Again, no, the factoring is good only if it's equal to 0. So this is not 0, so this factoring is no good. So you have to undo that. So you have to multiply. And then you have to make it equal to 0. So minus 10 on both sides. So you got x squared plus 3x minus 10 equal to 0. So again, you have to make it equal to 0 before you can do factoring, or else it's no good. Right? Again, so this is review from Friday, last week Friday. So now you have to solve, right? Okay, so step 1, common factor, cannot. Step 2, perfect square. No, this is not a perfect square. So you go to step 4, minus the product. So you use 3 and negative 10. So you need to get 5 comma negative 2. So 5 times negative 2 give you negative 10. 5 plus negative 2 give you 3. So you're going to get x and x, right? So this is going to be plus 5 and minus 2. Then you apply the zero factor property. You set each part equal to 0. Right? Because you have something times something equal to 0. That means this has to equal to 0 or this has to equal to 0. Right? So you set it equal to 0 and then you can go and solve. So you're going to minus 5, minus 5. So you got x equal to negative 5. Okay? Now you have to be careful with this problem. Okay? These are, so you can plus 2, so you got x equal to 2. Now do not box this. This is not your final answer. Okay? These are your two possibilities for your first number. Okay? So I'm going to color code for you. So over here, so x equal to negative 5. So this will equal to negative 5, and you plus 3, so this will be negative 2. Okay? So that's one answer. Okay? That's from here. Okay? Now from here, you're going to have a second possibility. You're going to have 2. When x equal to 2, your second number would be 5. So when you box your answer, you need to box two separate boxes. If you box this, they will be incorrect. Because this is the first possibility for the first number. This is the second possibility for the first number. Both of these are first numbers. Okay? So you need to use this to find the second number. Use this for second number. And you have to box them separately. Do not put this in one big huge box because you have to separate them so you can show that which number go with which. Okay, so that's your example 1. Okay, now let's go to example 2. Okay, let's go to page 364, example 2. Okay, so again, let's read through. It says find the two consecutive integers whose product is 19 more than their sum. So read it through. So this is two consecutive integers. So just like before in chapter 4, you want to let x equal to your first number again, you need to do this. It help you to think it through. Okay, don't get lazy, because when you don't do this, the switch does not turn on the lights in your head, so your brain is not going to function properly. Okay, so consecutive number, it goes by 1, right? It increases by 1, so it'd be plus 1 to get your second number. So consecutive number go by 1s, that's why you plus 1. So now let's go back and read and translate. It says find two consecutive integers whose product, okay, again, product is multiplication, right? You're multiplying. So whose product is means equal, 19 means 19, more than means plus, their sum. So that's your x plus 1, right? Again, so their product is 19 more than their sum. So sum is adding. So first number plus the second number, right? Here's your first. This is your second, right? Right. So sum of two numbers. So now you have to work everything out. So when you multiply, you're going to get x squared plus x. Right? You distribute equal to 19 plus 2x plus 1. Right? You combine the like terms. And then again, you have to make it equal to 0 so you can do the factoring. Okay, so whenever you see the square, you have to make it equal to 0 so you can factor. So minus 2x, and I need to minus 20. So I'm going to get x squared minus x minus 20 equal to 0. Again, you have to make it equal to 0 so you can do the factoring. So now you're going to do the factoring. Okay, so step 1. So step 1, common factor, cannot. So you go to step 2, okay, special factor, so perfect square, cannot. So you go to step 4, master product. So your master product would be negative 1, negative 20. So you're going to get 4, comma, negative 5. Okay, so you're going to get x plus 4, x minus 5. You apply the 0 factor property. So you're going to get x plus 4 equal to 0, or x minus 5 equal to 0. So you're going to get minus 4 on both sides. So you're going to get x equal to negative 4, or you plus 5 on each side. So you're going to get x equal to 5. Okay, again, do not box that. Okay, you need to come over here. So when this is equal to negative 4, you plus 1 will give you negative 3. So that's your one answer. Based on this one, 5, the next number would be 6. So that would be your second set. Okay, and so that's it. Now let's go to example 3. Okay, again, read the problem. It says find 3 consecutive odd integers such that the product of the first two is 21 more than 6 times the third. So these are consecutive odd integers, and there are 3 of them. So again, you're going to let x equal to your first number. Now, consecutive odd integer go by 2s, right? So you need to plus 2 to get the second number, and you have to plus 2 more to get the third number. So you can make sure you set it up first. So those are your 3 numbers. So now let's go and translate such that the product of the first two. Okay, now this is what you can do. If it starts to get confusing, you just translate later, right? The product of the first two. So that means the first times the second. Right? The product of the first two is means equal. 21 means 21. More than means plus 6 times the third. Okay, again, the product of the first two is 21 more than 6 times the third. Okay, now let's go and substitute this in here. So first is x, second is x plus 2, 21 plus 6 times the third. Okay, so now you're going to work everything out. Okay, so work it out. So you're going to get x squared plus 2x equal to 21 plus distribute. So you got 6x plus 24. So now you're going to move everything to the left hand side. So minus 6x. So minus 6x. And this over here, you need to minus 45. Okay, so minus 45. So minus 45. Okay, so you're going to get x squared minus 4x minus 45 equal to 0. So again, now you can go and do the factoring. So step 1, common factor, cannot. Step 2, perfect square, cannot. Step 4, master product. So you need to get 5 comma negative 9. Right, again, if you don't see the correct combination, just go 1, 2, 3 and keep going. So 5 comma negative 9. So this would be plus 5 minus 9. Then you use a zero factor property. So x plus 5 equal to 0 or x minus 9 equal to 0. So minus 5 on both sides. So you got x equal to negative 5 or plus 9 on both sides. So you're going to get x equal to 9. Again, do not box this as your final answer. Guarantee somebody's going to do that. Okay, so let's go back up here, and that's another reason for setting these things up so you know what you're looking for. So the first number is negative 5. So second number is plus 2, so it would be negative 3. Right, odd number, so it would be negative 1. So that's your first set. Now let's go to the second possibility. Okay, second possibility is 9. So you go to 9. The next one would be 11, right? Consecutive odd integers, right? So 11 and then 13. So those are your second set of answers. So those are your 2 answers. Okay, now let's go to example 4. So again, let's go and read. It says one square has a side 3 feet longer than the side of the second square. If the area of the large square is 4 times as great as the area of the smaller square, find the length of the side of each square. So there are 2 squares. Okay, so you have a small square, then you have the large square. Okay, and then you can go and find a relationship between it. It says one square has a side 3 feet longer. Obviously, large square is going to be longer than the other one, right? So you use a small one as your reference. So that's your x, right? Square means all 4 sides are equal, right? So this side, so it tells you that the one square has a 3 feet longer. So the one longer must be the large one, right? So this is 3 feet longer than this one, right? So that means it would be x plus 3. Again, label all 4 sides so you can visualize. Okay, so small square is x on each side, and large square has 3 feet longer than the side of the second one. So each side is x plus 3. So you can draw your picture, it helps you to visualize. So now let's go and read. If the area of the large, so area of the large square means equal 4 times the area of the small. Okay? So again, let's do this. So area, again, when you translate, right, don't worry about numbers and all that. Okay, you just translate exactly what it says. So area, so it's A for area, L for large. So area of the large square is 4 times the area of the small square. So now you're going to start putting variable or numbers in there. The area of the large square, so you have to look at the large square. So area of the square is side times side. So this would be x plus 3. X plus 3. So you need to do step by step to help you to think through. Okay, equal to 4 times, okay, the area of the square of the small square. Area of the small square is x times x. Okay. So that is your substitution. So now you have to work it out. So when you distribute this, okay, use your reverse master product, right? So you got x squared. Remember, you have to add to get a middle term, right? Master product, you add and multiply, right? So this will give you plus 6x. You multiply, will give you plus 9, equal to 4x squared. Okay, now, since this is a big x squared, I'm going to move everything to this side to make it equal to 0. Okay, because if you move this to this side, you're going to end up with negative, right? So you don't want to do that. But if you, in case if you do that, that's fine. So that's it. If you minus 4x squared. Okay, so if you do that, you're going to end up with negative 3x squared plus 6x plus 9 equal to 0. Now, do not try to factor with a negative in front. Okay, you don't want to do that. So, in this case, you actually can lower your number. Okay, you can lower your number to make things a little bit nicer. So, I'm going to divide it by negative 3 to get rid of the negative in front. Again, do not factor with a negative in front. And I can divide it by 3. So that's why I'm dividing by negative 3 to lower my number to make things easier. So this goes out. So you got x squared. This one becomes minus 2x plus 3 equal to 0. Okay. So you can do that to make your equation a little bit easier. So now let's go and do factoring. So step 1, common factor, cannot. Step 2, perfect square, cannot. Right? 3 is not a perfect square. So let's go and do the master product. So you need to use 1 comma. Okay, we have to, let's see. Let's double check on this one. Something is not right. Let me see. Minus. This is minus. Sorry about that. Yeah, you have to watch the sign, right? Positive divided by negative is minus. So you need to get minus over here. Okay, so we're good. Okay, so 1 comma negative 3. So that's what you need. Okay, so use your master product, you're going to get plus 1 minus 3. Okay, so now you go and set it equal to 0. Then you solve. So you got x equal to negative 1 or plus 3 plus 3. Okay, again, remember now this is not your final answer. These are just your two possibilities. So you have to check. Okay, now these are real objects, right? These are real objects. So can real object have length of negative 1? No, right? So you cannot have this. So this one is no good because real object cannot have a negative length. So only possibility is this. Okay, so x equal to 3. So we know that each side equal to 3. So we can put that in there. So let's go back and answer the question. Okay, find the length of side of each square. Okay, so x equal to 3. So this would be 3 and this would be 6 on each side, right? So we can answer the question, right? So for the small square, the side equal to 3. For the large, the side equal to 6. Does it have any label? Yes, feet. Okay, and so that is your answer. Okay. Okay, so let's go and do some practice.